Good day, students. Ms. Thomas here again, your social studies teacher. Just welcoming you into term 3. Of course, in this term, you will be preparing for exams. So exams are upon us. So I know that many of you would be practicing past papers and doing a lot of revision and so on. So I'm wishing you the best in your studies and of course your exams come June, July. But I just want to cast your mind back to regional integration, especially in light of what is happening now with our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent with the eruption of the Soufriere Volcano. I want to talk more about that in terms of Caricom and regional integration and cooperation, which is the common thread that runs throughout Caricom and the integration process. So this topic comes mainly at the end of regional integration, that topic regional integration, and it ties in very well with one of the objectives of Caricom, which is to encourage member states to share the cost of establishing and operating organizations which provide common services for the region in areas of education, culture, health, communication, and industry. Of course, when you see me looking down or looking to the side, it's because I'm just referring to my notes. I'm going in more in depth into this. Remember, there are 3 objectives of Caricom, and one of those objectives is to encourage member states to share the cost of establishing and operating organizations which provide common services. So today, I'm just going to speak about the organizations which provide services for all member states. There are different kinds of services that they provide, again in health, communication, culture, education, and industry, many others. But today we just focus, I will put those organizations in the description bar so you can have a look at some of them, because we're not discussing all today. Today I just want to focus on the Caribbean Disaster Emergency and Management Agency, CDEMA, which is very topical now because of what is going on with our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent. I'm just going to briefly mention some of the other organizations which will be in the description bar so you could look through those. Though these are organizations that is funded by all the member states to assist each member state in different spheres of life. Some of the organizations are the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, that is for agricultural development. The Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARFA, which of course deals with regional health and all our health institutions throughout the Caribbean. So like one of the major issues that they're dealing with right now is of course COVID-19 and how that should be handled throughout the Caribbean. That's CARFA. Then you have the Caribbean Court of Justice, which is supposed to be our highest court. That's a story by itself because we only have 4 countries signed on, 4 member states signed on to Caribbean Court of Justice, which is supposed to replace the Privy Council, which is in England. But the Caribbean Court of Justice is located in Trinidad. So that is an organization funded by Caricom member states to where justice and our legal system is concerned. And then of course you have the Caribbean Development Bank, that is CDB, and one that you will be very familiar with is the Caribbean Examination Council, which of course administers all our examinations throughout the Caribbean. And then of course the University of the West Indies located in Mona in Jamaica, Cave Hill in Barbados, and St. Augustine in Trinidad. But those are other organizations. There are many others, and of course they'll all be in the description bar. But today, as I said, we are focusing on the Caribbean Disaster Management Agency. So I'm just reading over the objective of Caricom so you can understand the role that this organization plays in this present situation with the eruption of the La Soufriere volcano in St. Vincent. I'm so sorry, St. Vincent. La Soufriere is a French word called this sulfur outlet. Sulfur outlet. Anyway, the objective is encouraging member states to share the cost of establishing and operating organizations which provide common services for the region in area of education, culture, health, communication, and industry. But the Caribbean Disaster Management I'm mixing up my words. The Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, of course, is helping now, is an organization that assists, as the name suggests, in times of disaster, any natural disaster that strikes any of the member states. We all, as Caricom members, rally together and assist our fellow member states, but this organization spearheads that member. So it's not to say that everybody deciding to help. All of that help goes through the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency. So what does it do? It collects and circulates information on disasters affecting the region to government and non-governmental organizations. This organization alleviates the consequences of disasters affecting its members. So we go about now trying to alleviate the effects or the consequences. What are the consequences of that eruption in St. Vincent? There's great ash fall, lack of water, lack of food. Of course, they'll have transportation issues with the stability of their homes. You think of any part of your life that can be affected, every part of their life in St. Vincent is being affected by the eruption and the continued eruption of the La Soufriere volcano. So we are supposed to, as member states, each member state should mobilize to alleviate the consequences, help to alleviate the consequences of this disaster. The CDEMA mobilizes and coordinates disaster relief from governmental and non-governmental organizations for affected member states. And of course, the affected member states that we're talking about today is St. Vincent. So we, like Trinidad, our government sent across aid to assist and alleviate the consequences of that volcanic eruption. There are other islands within the Caribbean and countries within the Caribbean region, and of course other member states, other Caricom member states, they have all pooled resources and sent it across to St. Vincent to help our member state. Those other countries will do the same for us. We will do the same for them in the case if there ever is a natural disaster that is going to strike us. Now, the La Soufriere volcanic eruption took place on the 9th of April. That's just last Friday. Okay, so the last time it erupted was in April 1979. That is the same month. So it's like an anniversary. 42 years ago, in April, this volcano erupted, and it erupted before that, even 119 years ago in 1902, where more than 1,000 persons passed away. Thankfully, we heard of no fatalities this time, but of course their lives are really in an uncomfortable and really disastrous position now. So they need all the help that we can offer. So I'm of course appealing to you to assist where you can. When you see persons in your neighborhood, or even you could organize collection drives to send things and find agencies that would then transport what you have collected to St. Vincent to help with our brothers and sisters there. This one of the issues that promotes regional integration is our susceptibility to natural disasters like hurricanes and landslides and earthquakes and so on. And of course, in the case of St. Vincent, a volcanic eruption. So when we come together, we are promoting regional integration. It is our duty to assist our brothers within the Caribbean region, and this in turn promotes regional integration. There's a topic called regional promotion, what promotes regional integration and what hinders regional integration. So our helping and our assisting, our cooperating with our extended Caribbean family to assist St. Vincent promotes regional integration, a sense of togetherness and a sense of brotherhood that we must have to help, that we must have in this time of need for our Vincentian brothers and sisters. Not to mention, Barbados is only 110 miles to the east of St. Vincent, so they are also experiencing ashfall, severe ashfall, as a result of that eruption. Let me just see if you could see on this map. Now the map is quite tiny. Let me see if I can get as close as possible. St. Vincent is here, right above, a bit above Grenada, and if you realize, Barbados is very close to the east. So they are experiencing a lot of ashfall as a result of a volcanic eruption that took place on a completely other island. You could take your atlases out and have a look at where these islands are located and why Barbados is experiencing such a, extreme consequence of an eruption that took place in another island. So the wind is carrying it across just to the east of St. Vincent, where Barbados is located. So, of course, besides just providing aid to our Vincentian brothers and sisters, Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, he is the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, and he has coordinated, of course, evacuations to other islands. They're urging persons to evacuate from the immediate vicinity of the volcano and even to out of the island of St. Vincent. So again, this promotes regional integration when we could take in other brothers and sisters, when we could take in our brothers and sisters who are in need and help them at least until their island is back up and running, right? So these are ways that integration is promoted by, of course, help from other member states. Our Galleon's Passage, that is a ferry that runs between Trinidad and Tobago. It went across to St. Vincent yesterday with members of our Defense Force and a lot of aid relief, especially water. I was hearing Dr. Ralph Gonsalves saying that they needed water, and of course a lot of water went across, and of course they will need more. So whatever you could do throughout the Caribbean to assist our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent, that I am sure would be appreciated, and of course it's well needed. Even if it's not it will be appreciated, I'm sure about it. So, and they would do the same for us if we are in need, right? So I'm just wrapping up today, we spoke about organizations that were established to assist with services within the region, and the one that we focused on today is CDEMA, that is the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency. So again, keep your eyes open, listen to the news, and do what you can, which is taking from your pocket, taking from your cupboards, and sending it to our brothers and sisters who are in need. And with that, I would like to thank you for listening, And again, check the description bar for the other organizations, Caricom organizations that are here to serve all of us within the region. And with that, I will say thank you and bye-bye, and I will see you in the next class. Take good care. Bye.